Okay, let's quickly take a look at how the team performed last year. We're sorted by average rating, and you can see that Lewis Daniels, the only player above 7. Husnoy did okay, 6.92, 9 goals. Not Can't really complain about that. Alcaraz played 25 games, 10 assists. That's a good return as well. And Caden Clark didn't do too badly either. 7 assists, 8 goals. Burkhart, 9 goals, not too bad, but there's not a lot else to write home about there. We have a quick look at how much the budget we're going to get transfer-wise. We're going to get 47 million for transfers. Only 25% of the revenue is going to be made available, so don't really need to sell anybody because it's not going to really generate us any more money. The wage budget, it's only 540,000. We're already committed to be spending more than that, so might have to work a bit of magic there. Right, let's see how we've spent all of our transfer budget and increased the wage budget, shall we? We'll go to the planner. We'll start with the goalkeepers. And we're going to keep going with Dominic Grief this year. Olchowski will be fine as the backup. Didn't see a need to spend on a goalkeeper this year, and there wasn't really anybody available that I thought was much of an improvement. So we stay put there. Right back, we've moved Pereira, who was quite uninspiring as a centre-back last year. Didn't really have a great average rating, so we're moving him to right back, which is kind of his preferred position. So hopefully he performs better at right back for us this year. We've also got Ivan. We brought him in on loan from Chelsea. Looks like a good guy to cover the right back. In a pinch, he can play all over, really, I suppose, but Andreas Vinheim is still here with us. 33 years old now, though. He's just going to be the emergency backup, really. There's no way of selling him, really, at that age for that value. So he's just going to stay in the club as experience cover, really. Centre-back, it's going to be a bit interesting here. So Daniel Ishan, who we signed on a free, could not get a work permit, so we've had to loan him out. Hopefully he can get a work permit when he's next available. So that just left us with 3 centre-backs because we bought Edmund Dima this summer as well from AAK in Greece for 11 million. Looks to be a really good player. He's a wonder kid, as you can see. 16 heading, good physicals, so not the best mantle, but looks to be a really good centre-back, 20 years old, Albanian. However, Max Dyson is injured for 2 to 3 months, so it's only left us with 2 centre-backs. So I've had to go out and buy Daniel Ballard. Not somebody I would have planned on buying or using for us, really. At his age, he's not really going to get better. He's not really that good at the moment either. But he was cheap, didn't really want many wages, and I just needed another centre-back, really. Couldn't go into the season with 2 centre-backs. So that's where Ballard fits in. Now at left back we've got Frank Zorco. He was loaned back to the club we bought him from in January, so he's not played for us yet. We also bought Jacob Greaves from Hull. He is a backup left back, but he can also play centre back, and as I mentioned, we're a bit short at centre back at the moment, so he can cover both positions, really. Bought him for 8.5 million from Hull. Just a good player to back up 2 positions, so I think he should be fine for us in the role that we need him to play. DM Chowdhury, he's going to continue to man that position for us. Had a good season last year other than his disciplinary problems. We've brought in Mauritius Piachart as for his understudy backup role, really. 11.75 million from Leuven, and as you can see, he's already got a transfer value in excess of 50 million. So hopefully the game thinks he's a really good prospect, because we'd like him to become one and potentially take over from Chowdhury in a couple of seasons. In the Mozilla roles, we've got the same Alcaraz, Mascal and Daniels trio. They did pretty well last year. No reasons to change them. Nobody's come in for them to buy either. And we've signed Jonathan Asp Jensen on loan from Bayern Munich. So he's going to come in as a rotation backup. Looks quite good, to be honest. But just getting a few loans in. We do have to pay the wages on the loan players, but it saves bringing in somebody that's going to be difficult to sell on if he's not good enough at a later date. And the right wing, we've got Rodolfo Marino doing the same thing, a backup on the right wing. So he can also play up front in a pinch. I don't think I'll need him to play there, though. 2-footed, which I do like that trait. It's not really a trait, but you know what I mean. Enzo Lefebvre, he was signed for free from... Was he at Metz or Leeds? I can't work it out. But he was been at Leeds for a few years, so he speaks perfect English. And we've signed him to play right wing. His stats look pretty decent, to be honest. So I was willing to give him a go, and he was free. So I couldn't afford to buy really good players in every position with 47 million. Plus, a lot of the players that I would have liked to have signed didn't want to come to play for us. So our reputation is still pretty low. Leitao will be our primary left wing this year instead of backing up Gomez like he did last year. I think he's taken over that mantle. Gomez is still good enough to play in the Premier League this year, so he's got another season in him at least. New signing up front, Dane Scarlett, the ex-Spurs striker, although he's wearing a Portsmouth shirt here. Got pretty good stats. We got him for quite cheap, 2.2 million, because his contract was coming up to an end. Didn't want to get him into a bidding war when his contract was expired because we couldn't approach to sign him because he was obviously at Tottenham Hotspur. So just put in a bid of whatever Spurs wanted, which was a couple of million, which meant we could negotiate with him without anybody else trying to sign him. And yeah, we secured the signature. So a new striker to go with Burkhardt. We also signed Thierry Stevens, a Belgium 20-year-old. He was on loan at Swansea last year, but he's from Genk, and do like that dribbling and finishing, decent composure, bit of flair. Hopefully could be a really strong player for us in a couple of years. So that he's really one for the future, but you can see his transfer value is already up to 61 million, so he's just wanted on loan here, yeah. So maybe we send him out on loan, but we might need him to start. So that's really how the team is going to line up. We just go to tactics so we can see. Scarlett up front, and then the rest, as we saw, a lot stronger this year. So I'm hoping for a bit better performance in the league, but probably not too much better because I don't think we've reached another level. But Europe could be a possibility, but that's about it. We shouldn't get involved in the relegation fight, but we probably won't be troubling the top 5 places either. So somewhere in the middle, hopefully the higher end of the middle. Transfers that that went out: Callum Alder and Casey Palmer left on a free. Housney wasn't really that keen on selling him, to be honest, but Gladbach came in for 12 million. He said he wanted to negotiate with them. He'd be upset if he wasn't allowed to, so we just had to let him go, really. I didn't, we were able to buy Scarlett to replace him, so I think we're quite happy there. Liam Morrison let go to Cologne. Again, they came in for him. I wasn't going to stand in the way. I didn't think he was a key part for us at all. Batash finally leaves. Aishan is out on loan because he couldn't get a work permit, and Kevin has gone to Starbuck. And we also sold Finn Stevens for pretty much what we paid for him. He was all right. He wasn't that good. I was hoping he'd be a bit better, to be honest. But somebody came in for him. I thought, yeah, we'll just take the money because I don't think he's got a future with us. So if we look at the Premier League season preview, we are still 1,000 to 1 to win the Premier League. So we are still the outsiders of the whole league. So that shows you what our reputation is going to be and what our expectations are. So that is an indication of why it's hard to sign some of the top players to play for us in the Premier League. Anyway, look forward to seeing the next episode where we kick off Season 2 in the Premier League. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.